Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. I am hopeful that we are clearing out lots of trains here, just checking that they're all moving. I'm hoping that we're clearing out the whole crime debacle. Oh my goodness, this is dropping consistently now. Unable to get electronics. Not a big number. The crime seems to be... We'll keep a bit of an eye. Is anybody saying they're... starving is not too big a number. Anybody? Lack of meat is tiny. Unable to enjoy culture. Low government loyalty. No water. A tiny... and then interior temperature. But that's very, very low, really. It's only like 800 people and it's a very minor... but 800 people is still a big chunk of people with a low interior temperature. I'm pretty sure this is the whole... Basistavi area where we're dropping a little bit due to workers, and no water is obviously of concern. Let's have a very quick look at water. Is it here instead? Thought we had, so we don't really have a proper water number, so we can never look at water pressure. No, water flow. Sewage flow, really? Is that the one? We don't have... I thought we had... Ah, here we go. We can do water like this. Yeah, that's the one. We can do water like this, and then we can see where we have water and where we don't have water. They all have water here. There's water there. There's water here. There's water in all of these locations. So where is this... this water shortage that we're talking about? Is it... Honestly, I don't think there should be any water shortages anywhere, really. These guys all look okay. I mean, all of these are holding. So I don't quite know. It must be a remnant thing. That's okay. And then let's just have a quick look at the interior temperature. Okay, that's the problem right there. It's not Vasistavi. Vasistavi is reasonably holding on here. So the problem is over in this part of the world. So where is our... let's have a look at our heating plant. So if we grab this guy, right, with the low temperature, heating is coming from over here, and it's supposed to be correct. Right? But its heating is... this is the heating plant, right? Oh, and this one is without drinking water. Okay, so... let's have a look. It's got workers, but it's without drinking water. Okay, let's do that and let's have a quick look. Okay, so it's without drinking water, which causes it to be much less efficient. If we go underground, let's just see where is your water coming from. It doesn't have any water? How is that? How is that possible? That cannot be true, right? This one, oh, this one's water comes from this side. This one just generally, it doesn't have any water? My goodness, but then this would have always been a problem. Building is at the risk of falling down. Oh my goodness, let's just see what the hell. Yeah. So let's just see. This guy is not tied in. So we'll do that. This one is at the risk of falling in. What I will do is I will quickly pay for the reconstruction efforts there, because we don't want to lose it. That's the problem. We should actually have a quick rundown of that to just see what if everything's working. Now, what we'll quickly do is let's fix this issue here. Let's provide not a water switch, but a water substation. We've got multiple things here. That's the heating. What is this? Is this heating too? Oh, we've got 2 heating plants. Both of them without water. Okay, well, I think that is pointing us to something. We need... we'll provide some water over here. We'll do that so it actually does multiple things. We'll get water in from over that way. Yeah, so that should be okay. We should be able to tie this in over here, no problems. And then what we'll do is we'll need to bring in some water piping. Don't do that. Go and do this instead, and we'll... can we do that, right? We'll go here and we will pay for this, and we will pay for that, right? Just to get that up and running. And then hopefully that means that immediately they'll start to get water. And I think that might mean that we will see slight improvements happening. We are still short on workers, I guess. Because all of these guys, their workers can't... Can they? Actually, let's double check where their workers are actually coming from. They can get their workers from the train station. Okay. So the train station should be okay, right? Coming in with some workers. Okay. Hopefully that will start to support that a little bit more. And hopefully we'll get a little bit better at managing this. Okay. So we'll keep a little bit of an eye out for that. The other thing that I wanted to have a very quick look at is the wear and tear. Okay, and this is it, right? Oh, we had a collapse here. This is the problem with the water. We had a collapse. That's the issue. That's the issue. Okay, well, what we need to do is make sure that all of these things are in fact tied in. And this is what was the issue. Let's do that, and let's reconstruct this one here. And now we should have water in all of these locations, and things will look a little bit better. Okay, what I'm going to do is this, let's go here. This guy is on the verge of falling over, so let's just, let's purchase the reconstruction there. Similarly on this side, I can't really afford us to lose that. And then what we'll do is we'll have a little bit of a review. This guy, for some reason, oh yeah, well, fully understood why that is happening. So what we might do is we will just need to provide some level of connectivity between these areas. I think something like that will give us that accessibility. So hopefully that means it'll pick it up. Okay, let's quickly do a scan. I've done some of these scans before, but it's been a long time. Okay, let's have a look at this. So these guys here, we're providing all of this, but we're not actively seeing them being accessible. And this one is potentially quite a big problem. This is less of a problem, because I guess what we'll do is we'll make sure to tie in like something like this and something like that, and that should give this this should resolve that one. And then I guess we just honestly, we can't, there's no way we can actively get here considering the way we've built this. So what we'll do is we'll do a reconstruction, and it's pretty pricey to do the reconstructions over there. Okay, so we'll fix those issues. We'll double check. Oh, these can't be accessed either. Oh my. Okay, so this is going to constantly be a problem, and it's something that in the future we may want to resolve. But I guess for the time being, we should be able to get all of this stuff's looked at. Now, over here. Oh, this is an issue, right? We can't actively get these guys to be collapsing all the time, right? I mean, the whole reason we're using them... Honestly, can I please just find... Crossing is not allowed. Go on. Oh my goodness. If we don't do the F4, the snapping, can we... I think the best way is potentially to get it, but it just doesn't want to do it. It's just too close. Okay, I'm not gonna be bothered with that. What we'll do is we'll just pay for that reconstruction. I didn't even look at what that cost was. But anyway, back to this, and let's just double check the rest of this stuff. We have this guy. Oh, this guy's not accessible either. Not at all? We do that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's no way we can access that. This is a problem. This is a problem that we should definitely be learning our lesson from, because that is an issue. Similarly over here, this one should be accessible. We just need to make sure we're tying that in, and then that should be resolved. Let's have a look over here. Again, it's typically these utility items, right, that we're needing some resolution on. Okay, so with a bit of a look at that, these two should now be resolved. This one just needs someone to come and have a look at it. The same thing over there. I don't think that's any issues. These are under reconstruction at the moment due to their wear and tear, but nothing is urgently going to collapse. This one we've just fixed and should be resolved fairly soon. Make a look over here. All of that is green, no problems. Come scroll through this side. I think all of this is accessible, no problems. Wear and tear is manageable in all of these locations. Scroll it over here. There's some new stuff that we're building that may over time become a little bit of a problem, but for the time being there's nothing out there. If we make a little move in here, this is all new stuff that's going to slowly need some attention. These are all in the green. These are all in the green. That's okay. This is new. This is accessible. We just built it this way, so it should be fine. If we have a quick look over here, that's the one. No, this is something that we need to resolve. Oh, and it's two of them actually, so we'll do that, get that resolved, get back into this. Is that 90? Hopefully they'll get there, and let me just fix it before it gets out of hand here. Let me just do that. All of this stuff could be quite devastating if we don't keep an eye on it. That should be okay. 82, 90 was a little bit close, but 82 should be enough for our teams to get in here in time. Okay, going across here, this one is going to be a problem. This one is going to be a problem. What is the cost if we... Too little wear and tear for reconstruction. In due course, we should have a road that comes here, but that may be a problem in the longer term here. Okay, or in the short term, I'm sorry, in the short term. Back to this, we've looked at this one, did we? Yeah, I think we have. We have looked at that. Okay, fine. Now, we fixed these. We looked at this one. Yeah. Scroll over this way, over that way, all in the greens. Okay, let's have a look over here. There's a few things here that's needing some attention. Let's quickly do that. Yep, that one there. This one here. We'll do that, but I will also go ahead and pay for the reconstruction there, just because it's pretty poor. 88, yeah, 88's a little bit low also, right? Let me go ahead and do the reconstruction on that one. These are pretty low cost to do, so it's not a big deal, but it could be a big deal if we don't fix it properly in time. Something like this. Let's fix that one, and at the same time give us a little bit of access to it. There we go. And then back to make sure we've got all of that covered. So there's another one up here. It used to be connected, and we disconnected it to build something, of course. So we've got that back in, but we may as well give it a little bit of a reconstruction here. And then hopefully that's kind of resolved those. So those are, okay, they're all better. Go through here, go through here. That one should have access. Yeah, that's okay. Anything up here? Ooh, this thing. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. It's got its own road. And this should be okay, I think. I think maybe not, unless we... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a road that comes in here, right? And then from that road, we will give ourselves a little path that goes out that way, and then they should be able to get to that spot also, which will be soonish. This one, yeah, should be fine. It's got its access point there. This one should be okay too, right? It's under reconstruction at the moment. Yeah, all good. All good over here. So a lot of them are at 50%. That's going to go into reconstruction right now. A lot of these new stuff. Okay, that's fine. Okay, wow, what a bit of a mess. Okay, anyway, that should at least help us out a little bit longer. Now, what we need to do is we need to start planning out our new town. Power is making its way over here, so we'll need to have a little bit of a look at that. We'll ignore some of these messages just for the time being. Got a heating problem. I know these are kind of standard heating problems. We could maybe have a look at implementing some stuff to fix it. Now, what did we want to do with regards to this area here? If we look at our levels, it's pretty good. And yeah, I'm kind of wondering how we structure this town. Now, what do we have nearby? I mean, we could effectively do some exports from this area. We could do an export port here. For what exactly did we want to? I mean, here, if we did... I'm kind of wondering. Ideally, the port should be here where it's pretty much protected. So what we're going to do is let's have a quick look. Can we just level it a little bit? Oh, what? You need a bulldozer. Are we paying for it? Or unemployed citizens in the residential buildings or labor halls? That's new. Labor halls? What is a labor hall? Let me... Where can I search for it? If we search for labor... That doesn't actually tell me anything, but that's workshop buildings. I can't search actually through these things, right? Labor halls. That's new, right? Is it over here? Maybe if we look at the construction side of things, maybe we've got labor halls in this area. Demolition office small. Helicopter office. Demolition office free. Construction. Asphalt prefab, concrete, cement, explosives, demolition, rail, helicopter, construction office, wood cutting posts. Construction office. Do we have something like a labor hall in here? Tiny. Okay, no, we don't. If we go here, we don't. If we go here, we had bus stops, right? Labor hall. I have no idea what that would be or where that would be. Maybe over here, but it's still... I don't know. A labor hall. That's the first time I've seen that message. I'm now intrigued by it, to be honest. Maybe it's in here. If we... Hang on. There's other thing I can quickly check. If we go here, 2 buildings. Oh, it's not allowing us to... Ah, this is what we're after. This is the filter we were looking for. Interesting. Okay, fine. We'll keep that in mind in the future. But still labor hall. Is it over here? Maybe maintenance? What is this? The accounting district office. Don't think that does anything. Technical services. Maybe under technical services there's something like a labor hall. No, certainly not. Certainly not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Now, what we want to do is we want to bring in some of these vehicles a little bit closer. So let's just have a quick look at... So if we go here, we are after depot, right? A road vehicles depot over here. Oh, here we have them. So what we'll do is we'll bring it just a little bit closer. So let's just add the road vehicles depot free over here, and we'll just move them a little bit closer. Road vehicles depot. The free variety. Oh, we don't have any free varieties left. Road vehicles depot. Okay, look for them again. Trolley bus depot. Don't have anything along here, right? We've got one. Okay, that's one we built, which is fine. We should be building them every now and again. This one, we're not using it, so let's get rid of that one. We don't need that one. Wow, we've got a couple of free ones over here that we used on this side. Excuse me. Whew. Okay, any others that we can pick up on? I did think we had one over here, which we may still need, and we did clear out one. Anyway, we've got one free available now. What is this? This is another free one that we can clear out. We're not using that one. We can get that one back. Okay. And over here, that's a built one, which is fine. This is built as well, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. It's a free one with nothing assigned to it. We'll take that back. Okay, so at least that gives us quite a few back, right? We're building some new ones. And I guess that's the way to do it, right? Every now and again, we should be building one. So we've got one over here. We don't have one over in this area. And I guess we could probably just add one. Oh, this is okay. So people should be having a little bit of a better time here. Now, what I'm thinking is we can build one. Yeah, right over here. But we want it to be honest, we want it to be. What am I saying? We want it to be a little bit more permanent in this structure. So these are not quite permanent, but they probably could be, to be honest. They probably could be. Let's have a look. Let's just add. So I just want a basic road vehicle depot, but something that's not going to be too costly. Something even without a. What do we have here? We have a few. I mean, we've got these, but they feel too costly to me. I want something quite inexpensive. So something like this, for instance, right? Just 5 vehicles every now and again. All right, just something like that. Okay, so we'll build one over there. It should get itself built over time. What we'll do in this part of the woods here. Ooh, lots of vehicles hanging out over there. I'm thinking, where do we have proximity to stuff? Let's build one kind of right over there. I will fund that, and then we'll get the rest built. Anyway, now we've got some free ones as well. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll move one of these free ones up here into this area. Since we now have free ones available, we'll get one of them over there, and we'll start to move these guys over from this location. Change workplace. We'll send them all over here so that we can get ourselves a little bit of port activity here. So what we can do is we can actually maybe off of this area here come into the port so that we can do some exports from here. So a lot of these vehicles and stuff is effectively built this way so that we can export it, right? And that's kind of part of the plan. If we can start doing a bit of an export operation in here, that would be good. So this area here will be our port. So we want to plan out around that. So we'll have a bit of a port infrastructure with a rail connection in here. So we'll plan out for that. Our town will be in here, and the center of town, we will want both a rail station and a bus station. So let's start off by looking at that. So if we look at for passengers rail station, for citizens, what do we have? And we're not going to build any of the stuff that's costing us big issues, right? And we might just want to make sure that we're also having a depot on the other side. So Typically, maybe something like this is about appropriate. Is there anything else that might be looking a little bit finer here? Maybe something like that. That's smallish. If we do, we had one that is both a bus station and it. So this is a train platform. Maybe something like this is not too bad. It's just a one way though, right? What is that? So this is a train platform with some vehicle capacity there. And this is the elevated metro. Yeah, reasonable capacity here though with bus station. I'm just going to go with that one, right? I think that one is pretty good, and it does have a bit of a one-way operation here. Right, so if we do, so we will want to split these off in both directions. We'll want to probably get a bit of a, we'll have to see how we do this. We might just do, okay, well, we'll want it nice and central here, right? That will be the plan. Actually, maybe really central. And we could even, I don't know, we could loop, or we could, alternatively, we could do something like this where we have one set of tracks coming in. Yeah, maybe that's the plan right over there. Yeah, so if we plan it for the rail, we'll do that. So we'll do that. Boo Boo is the name at the moment, but please feel free to go into the comments and leave me a suggestion for this peninsula town over here. Okay, now what we'll want to do is we probably need another roundabout somewhere in the middle here. Actually, we could do a roundabout somewhere over here and have a bit of a path in both directions. Yeah, we'll do something like this, right? So we'll run the road in and we'll have roundabout. Traffic jam, let's have a quick look. That's not something I'm too worried about. Yeah, all good. Fine. The heating that stopped working is a bit of a problem, but anyway, that's okay. Now, so in this area here, to make a start like that, we want to be doing, you know, maybe something like this would have been our plan. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. And then what we'll do is we'll trim back that and we'll connect these rows up like so. Yeah, that's going to be our point in there. We don't need to pause the game. Okay, what we'll need to do before we do that is let's just see where our road connections are going to come off of. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So if we try and tie them together, if we try and do something like that, that's not bad. And then if we try and do... Okay, so let's see. If we run... Oh, we need the F4 to snap. So if we do this and we do that. Now the question is here and there. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm guessing we're not quite in this territory where we need them to be all that far spaced anymore. So if we do something like this and we do something like that, I think that's going to be just fine for this area at least. Okay, so that's okay. And then from here, what we'll basically do is we'll have one road starting off. So we'll just do 3, right? So we'll have one road doing this, and we'll have one road doing that, and it's kind of gonna separate into both of these directions. So if we then say we want this one to be doing this, right, and we'll have its counterpart going out into the opposite direction, does not want to be doing that. Okay, fine. Let's trim this one back. Come on, get rid of that. We want this road to come a little bit closer. Don't do this. We'll have this road come in a little bit closer like this. Similarly, we'll have this one come in quite a bit closer like that. That's okay. And now we should be able to tie them in fairly easily. So if we do this now, like this and like that. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good. And similarly, we do this and we do... let's see. Can we remove that? Yeah. go back to this and do something like, maybe that's a little bit too much, but if we do that, yeah, that's okay. We'll do something like that. That's actually pretty good. So now we've got a nice little roundabout in there. At the same time, what we might do is, while we're at it, is let's find ourselves a nice big roundabout centric piece. I'm not going to do this one because I've used it too many times. Do we have something else that can... Oh, yeah, I like that. And shall we face it this way? I think the answer is yes. We'll face it that way. So we'll get ourselves a little something in there as a starting point for this town. Now, from here, we will be running our roads out a little bit. I'm not pausing it. So anyway, we should get out of winter soon. So I want to run fairly straight this way. Then we will turn it in, and we might do... If we did that, that's pretty straight, right? This one, on the other hand, we will be turning in like this, like that. Okay, so that's kind of our town structure coming into play here. We will need a little bit going on in here. Okay, now these guys have arrived, so now we can start looking at our port. Now, what the plan is here for us to kind of level this out a little bit like this, but without kind of going nuts, right? I don't want to be losing area to the port here, right? But we want to be making it reasonably porty, right? So something like this, I find, is a pretty nice little shape, right? So we've got our areas up here. Now we just need to make room for the port. So in terms of port, what are we after, right? So we've got vehicles being exported. So what are our port types? So ship docks, offshore dock depot, ship dock, small offshore dock depot, and an anchorage. Oh, these are okay, fine. And then this one is a ship dock medium. And then what do we have here? Passenger harbors, which we're not using, and then cargo harbors. So these are docks, right? So we just it's just where they kind of park, right? So when we're looking at cargo harbors, we're looking at pumping harbors, aggregate, containers and vehicles, and cargo harbor small. So it could either be this kind of situation. That's kind of interesting. Or it could be this kind of situation. Now, if it was containerized, so the stuff we're talking about moving out here is really these items. So maybe the idea is we're actually just doing one of these guys. Cargo harbor for containers and vehicles, right? So if we did something like this, so now we need to level it out so that that can actually work. Am I pausing it? I'm not. So that's kind of the plan here, right? To try and do that. Now, what I'm also wondering about is maybe we bring it in on this side instead. Okay, so let's try and do... Let's try and bring it out like this. So if we wanted to do it like that, and we'll trim it back over here to make it a little bit more feasible, and then what we can do is we can actually bring this up a little bit like so as well. All right, so we'll give ourselves a little bit more room. So with that in mind, can we now potentially squeeze something like this in here? Oh, yeah. Pretty close, pretty close. I'm just going to give ourselves the, not from the average, from the center, right? Just gonna straighten it up just a tad. Presumably that should work. And if we grab it here, the parts of the building are required to be in water. Okay, so we need to bring it back into that kind of direction there. So that is kind of the idea that we're going to be playing with here. Okay, so if we did that, right? Now we can split the rail. We can bring the rail in across here, right? From there, it comes in here and there. And then we can split it off in this location and do some stuff with it. And what we'll also need to do, I'm not pausing it, am I? No. What we also need to do is I wanted to get a bit of a train depot, right? But a railway end station maybe is more what I'm after, right? So something like this in reality where we have them come in. But is there something maybe a little smaller than that? A railway end station. This is the kind of the vanilla one. Maybe we just do the vanilla one. I think the vanilla one's going to be just fine in this context. So we'll give it that. So there's a little bit of room there. That's okay. I mean, our town will be here, right? This will be the center of town, and then it's going to be moving a little bit more industrial to this side. But we could have people on this side too. I mean, this isn't going to be very, very industrial, right? Okay, that's fine. So that's the plan. That's the plan. How's our happiness doing? It's slowly creeping up. Interior temperature is coming back. Crime is still significant, but hopefully we're getting away from that. Starving is still a few people. The no water thing seems to have gone away a little bit. Unable to get electronics is still a big issue, but I guess the rest is kind of okay. Okay, so that's fine. We'll make a start on that. So let's quickly just start this, right? From a roads perspective, I just want to say get moving onto that, right? That's fine. Now, how are we going to deal with this? So containers for stuff. Did we want, I mean, we could just do, I mean, how much does this actually store? Let's just see. This stores what? Stations for vehicle loading 3, stations for ships is 2, parking spots for vehicles is 1, station length, and then max ship length is 239, but parking spots, and then operates with. That's interesting. It doesn't actually tell me. Harbor for containers and vehicles. So this one does do the vehicles thing. But maybe what we need to do is just safeguard for space for vehicles, right? So we've got space for vehicles large, space for vehicles, containers small, and then space. So if we look at this guy, yeah. Presumably, we could just do something like this. I was kind of keen on maybe doing that. But, no, I guess what we'll need to do is do something like this instead, but that's not going to work. If we flip it around, yeah, this is better. Yeah, this is workable. Yeah, I think just something like this should be fine. We'll level that a little bit like so. That should be fine. And now we can get both the road and there. So there's a little bit of room to do this. So we can unload containers, anything like that, basically, if we wanted to. We'll have a look to see. Maybe we safeguard for a container item. A container loading facility. Container loading. Oh, yeah, we could do something like this, right? We can safeguard for that also. I am happy to do that. So the port is now effectively ready to be able to use in this kind of broad way if we can bring in items. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the rail in here. So what we want to do is we want to probably do this. Yeah, so we'll need some crossovers and the likes, but then what we'll also want to do is we'll want to try and do a fairly straight segment in like this, right? Noting that we're coming in from that side, right? Okay, actually, maybe what we should do is we should run it in from this side. If we did it... Oh, yeah, that's maybe the plan. If we did that, could we do... No. Could we do the neighboring track as well? We can. And then the plan is, can we do it on this side also? Yeah, that's actually looking pretty reasonable. I am not opposed to that. Okay, so that gives us accessibility in here. And the idea here is we need to run it in like this. Is a building in the way? Of course there's a building in the way. So we'll do something like that to slowly bring it in. And then the plan is also to come and tie it in like that. And I think that should be okay, right? So if we do that, we'll tie this in. We'll want to tie this one in like so. Okay. And then from here, basically, we want to say, okay, so here from, actually from here on out, what we'll do is we'll do this. And from here on out, it'll be, but here it could potentially just operate in any kind of direction it sees fit. So we'll do kind of something like this, and we'll do something like, yeah, and now basically from here it can go into any of these directions, and we can give it multiple points there. So that's kind of the plan then, right? That seems to be quite workable. That seems to be quite workable. I will make a start on that. So all of that is kind of stuck in here. And then I was kind of thinking maybe we do a little bit of a bridge section across this, right? And I'm thinking, well, what we'll need, what is probably the best thing to do, we will need to be running, so we'll run a bridge over here, right? So we'll get ourselves a road that runs up here. Yeah, that's fine, that'll work. And then we want to be raising this level a little bit. Do it pretty tightly here. Probably just need to check what we're doing. Okay, what's our levels like? Let's just check our levels. This is 7, this is 3. So this needs to be like at least a 10, right? 10, 10, 10. Let's get it up to 10. This is pretty much there now. That's okay. Similarly, we want to do the same thing over here. Get us up a little bit higher to 10. There we go. And now the plan is we do something like this and we run that straight across here, right? I just want to see. I'm not sure this is going to work because of the curved nature, right? That's not going to work. So we're not going to use that one. We'll use a different bridge, a varietal here. But I was tempted to do something maybe a little bit more kind of old schooly, but I don't think any of those are going to work. Yeah, maybe just a prefab. Maybe just a prefab to run across here, something like this, right? Yeah, that seems logical. Looks very industrial in nature. And then from here we will go and slowly ramp that one down. And then on this side we'll do kind of the same thing. We'll just need a road to start kind of doing something like this, and we'll slowly just ramp this one into the right direction. There we go. So that is in place. And then the plan is here. We'll do something like this. And obviously this guy needs workers to be working. So what we'll do is we'll run a road like this right up against it here. And to be honest, I think we'll run it all the way through there. So we've kind of got the, yeah, that's fine. And then we've got this guy tied in like this. And ultimately what we'll need to do is we'll slowly tie that one over this way. So we'll have like multiple roads down this area. And we'll do something like this. So they're kind of aligned. But what we might do is we might just do something like this. That's okay. So let's start that. I'm not pausing it yet again. Okay, it's fine. I'm not supposed to pause it. That's the plan. Okay, well, that is a starting point there. Now, can I maybe switch this off so we'll see what's going on? So that gives us our road connectivity. I'm thinking now we need a little roundabout over here somewhere. So let's run this one straight up into this area. And again, what we may need, we may just switch this one on again to see. Now, the plan would be that we would want maybe up to there. We'll do a slightly smaller one. Yeah, something like that I think is okay. We'll trim off this section here and we'll close the loop here. Yeah, that's fine. Now we'll route this in nice and tight there. And we will do something like this on this side as well. Beautiful. That should be good. We will go ahead and tie these ones in. Yeah, that's a little bit problematic. Can we remove this one? I need to end the episode. Come on. You don't want to remove it? Okay, well, let's do, as a starting point, let's do this one first then. That should be okay, and that should be okay, and we can do this one also, and that one also. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And now we should have enough actual points so we can remove that one. Beautiful. And now hopefully we can quickly tie in this one like that, and that one. Can we give it a little bit more room? Maybe not. Ooh, look at that. Close that one out for me and try that one more time. Yeah, I guess that's okay. That's fine. We'll do that. So there we go. So now we've got that segment of a road sorted out. Got this one running up. Okay, so what we're still missing, probably a little bit improvement here, right? So we want that road to go in like so. That's actually pretty cool. And I'm thinking we need another road up this way. Okay, up to about there. Wish I knew I had it at 90 degrees. And then what I'm planning is to do this. And run, maybe run this alongside the railway track a little bit more. So what I'm thinking is let's run a little bit something like this, really. And we'll tie that one in there. And then this one will come up here and just kind of straight tie it in like this. And now I'm thinking is we probably need another crossing point over here, maybe yet another bridge. Don't pause it. So we'll do that. That looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest, as a segment, because what we'll do is we'll do some, yeah. So if we were to do another little bridge segment here, actually it needs to be pretty much in the middle. Actually, maybe not. So okay, fine. Let's level up some areas here. So this is a 3, so we need to go to 10 again somewhere over here, right? I'm kind of wondering whether we connect it together and then we'll just have to ramp it up down. Yeah, we may have to do that. And then on this side, we want to do 10 as well. Give us another 10 here. Excellent, that's good. And this is good. And now the thing is, oh, a train is waiting too long. That is something we will have to have a quick look at. Why? Oh, yeah. That's fine. No problems. You are all good. Our trains are doing reasonably well at the moment, I find. Okay, let's do that. Let's. I want to try and finish this off if I can. Yeah, I think based on what we're seeing here, our proximity is, I think we're leveling from the center, and we're gonna try and push this. Oh my goodness! Finally, we've got the end of winter here. I wish I can see what's the size of this. Yeah, this is okay. We could even do a little tunnel underneath there, right? For like pedestrians or something. Okay, so that's okay. So we'll leave that in mind. And then on this side, what is that level? That's 10.4. We'll just go back to 10.4 over here again. Should be all good, right? Yeah, there's something like that. Okay, so now the plan is we will be running a road through like this. Right, so that's all good. And we'll be running a road through... Actually, let's start this from the center. Now, we want some bridges here, and I'm thinking we need something like this, right? So it's at least a little bit... That doesn't actually want to work. If we do this one, does this one work? Does not. Does it work on this side? It seems to be workable on this side. So let's do that. That's pretty good. Now what I'll do is I'll just expand this ever so slightly, level from the center, just move it up here just a little bit, because I think we're not able to get it going properly straight here. Now, hopefully now it will work. It should be able to span this operation here. Some infrastructure is in the way, right? So we're not... Okay, hang on. So let's bring... let's have a look at this level just one more time. I'm going to end the episode soon. Okay, let's trim. I just want to get our main infrastructure in place. So we'll do that. Level from the center. We'll push it up here a tad more, right? Something like that. Okay, there we go. And then we bring this road nice and close and straight like that. And now we should really be able to cross it over. Really? So what's our level here? 3.6, and that's 10. So if we go back to the other option, I mean, we need to span it, right? So the longer the span, the better. So 57 is not actually getting us across. Okay, I'm going to try one more time to make sure to try and get the same thing. Otherwise, we're moving to something a little bit different. Oh, no. I want it from the center at 10 point something, right? Okay, so we'll do that. This is about as close as we're going to get. If we're not going to get it across here now, we're actively an issue here. Is it because this is coming down? Really? It seems like it should be working. I'm going to do it one more time, and we're just going to maybe rise this up just a tad more. Right? Something like that. And then we're going to level it from the center. And again, push it in as far as we can like this to do a bit of an embankment here. No. And maybe what we do is we up this to 11. And we do this from the center as well. And now maybe that should be sufficient. If it doesn't work now we'll do something else. I'm not going to do crazy stuff with this. So now we're going to go up here somewhere. I want to make it sure it's reasonably straight. Like so. And then we're cutting across like this. That's the plan, and it works. Beautiful. Is that reasonably straight? I'm going to try it one more time. It's not as straight as I would like it to be, so we want to make sure we're quite straight here. That's it. That's the one. And now all we need to do is kind of drop it down, maybe something like that, over that distance. We'll do that one. Is that straight? Yeah, it's straight enough. And we're going to do... Actually, here, we might run... No. What we'll do is we'll do this one first. Okay, that's pretty good. And then what we'll do is we will... still straight run this one, and we'll tie it in like that. That's pretty good. And similarly, we will straight run this one up to here, and then we will tie it in like that. That's fine. This is perfect. Okay, good. And what I'll do is I'll slowly bring this one back and tie it in over there. So now we've got multiple ways of building up this town. So the town of Boo Boo is ready to go. I'm going to leave it there. I will see you in the next episode. So do let me know your thoughts on the town. It's going to be an export town as well as a labor town for this industrial area here. I think it's going to work really well. We'll have to have a little bit of a look at what we do with utilities, heating, water, these kind of things. I'm thinking it's going to have its own water, sewage, and heating infrastructure. Or maybe it can draw it from something else, like from the from electricity. So maybe it can have power from electricity, for instance. So I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this guy up here somewhere as a straight connection, and then we'll tie it in like that. Is that going to be... Okay, I mean, we have this road going up here, so this is basically just, yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. I like that. And the question is that a little tight? Or do we make it tighter? No, that's fine. We'll leave it like that. So there we go. So at least that's tied in now, and now we've got everything kind of ready to go for our port infrastructure plus our town. And this is kind of, I think this is almost enough road infrastructure to make this work. We'll curve this one back around and maybe tie it in all the way over there. So we've got multiple ways in, plus this section all across. That's all across, and then this will have a road connection through like a little bit of a port area. This one will, yeah, could loop around like that. I think that's actually pretty good, reasonable from a road infrastructure perspective. We can do a little thing here and have it this be the center of town, because everybody here will be able to get to this area. And yeah, we're not going to have obviously big polluting industries here. It's all the way out there is where they're going. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave your comments down below. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.